this is the demonstration video of Group F Parkinson's disease. The surgeons implant the electrodes into the patient's brain. And right now, you can see that the patient, before using our device, is trembling, having uncontrolled movements, and all sorts of symptoms which cannot write, and slow thinking. And for now, you can see that the patient has better control with the movements, and we are giving the pen and paper, and the patient can write down his name, which means that he can recognize himself and having the memory retained, and also having a better grasp of the pen. And now he is able to walk. And the family can actually remote what is the status of the patient from time to time. It is more convenient and also easy to use. From the application, the family member can see what the beeping sound means. And if the battery level is low, they can help to replace the battery. Hi there, this is Chee from Group F. Right now, I will be demonstrating the Tinkercad 3D structure of the deep brain stimulation of my group. So right here, as you can see that for the Parkinson's patient, we have designed a device for them, and the structure actually can be separated into three parts. So the first part would be the electrodes. So the electrodes are being implanted into the brain. And then the second part would be the battery holder, as well as how we connect the electrodes to the battery itself so that it would be having sufficient battery and we don't need to charge it. Okay, and also of course there is the pulse generator that would be generating the electrical impulses. And then the third part right here would be the battery, 9 volts battery, so that whenever you are running out of battery, you can just take a new one to replace it so that it would be more sustainable. And you can see that the innovation right here is that the old kind of stimulation needs the long wire and LEDs, and then it's just not sustainable, and then it's more expensive, and it's also not convenient. So you can see right now, I'm going to let you see the top view as we have implanted those electrons into the brain. So there are actually a few targeted areas. Like the most famous one are three. One is the subthalamic nucleus, second is the globus pellicus internus, and then the third one would be the ventral intermediate nucleus of thalamus. So according to the patient's needs and how the patient is being affected in terms of movement, we would set the targeted area and then we would implant the electrodes inside. And you can see, as I said, the pulse generator and the electrical pulses would be stimulating the part so that it would disrupt all those abnormal activities going on, which is causing those abnormal movements. And then right here, as you can see, the battery is inside the battery casing. And then this one is the right view. And then this one is the back view, left view, front view, then back. And then this one is the bottom view. And then we go back to the normal one, looking like this. Okay, so basically this is the whole demonstration of our Tinkercad 3D device. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.
Hello everyone, I'm Muntadher and I'm going to talk about our circuit implementation and coding for rehabilitation project. So this is our circuit, and we can divide it into two main parts, which is this one, the first one, which has the voltage regulator, and it's to regulate the voltage that is given to the brain. Also, can be considered as auto-regulated. And here we have the antenna that will send the data and information to the app. So we have also an application. So these components here represent the application features as well as the LCD here. So now let's first focus on the voltage regulator, which is the most important part of our project. So this one is the input of the circuit, and it comes from the Arduino. So this will go to we can consider this the second circuit. So this one is to double the voltage and increase it by time. So this one is a timer. So after that, it will goes to voltage limited or regulated, which is that has 12 volt maximum. So this to make sure that the voltage is 5 volt and will not be exceed this one. And we have this one is the Zener diode that will make sure that the voltage that is given is 4.5. So after that, we have here the antenna. So this antenna is to send, as we said, to send the data to the application. Now let's simulate the circuit and see how does it work. So now the stimulation has started. So the stimulation has started. As we can see here, can be considered as the voltage that is given from the brain. So the voltage, if the voltage is less than a specific voltage, like I set it as 2 volt. So if the voltage that is came from the brain is less than 2, the device will work and the voltage will be increased. And this one is the output voltage that is given to the brain. So if we change the voltage here to more than 2, so this one, the input voltage, the output voltage of the Arduino and the input voltage of the circuit will be 0. And the increasing of the voltage will stop. But if the voltage is increased for the brain and it's more than the needed one, so the output voltage will be 0. And this one will decrease also to 0. And now we have the features of the app. So first we have these two LEDs. So the green LED to see that the circuit is working as well and nothing is wrong. But if there is something wrong with the circuit, it means that we have the voltage of the brain is 0, for example. That means the brain has a problem. Also, the device, the output voltage of the brain of the device is 0 as well. So that means there is a problem. So in this case, the red LED and the buzzer and the vibration motor as well will work. So now let's show the coding for the regulated part. So it starts from here. So it's if the voltage that is from the brain is less than 0, then the output will be high. That means the output will be given and the circuit will be working. Then if the voltage is larger than 2 and less than 2.5, that means between 2 and between 2.5, that is the assumption that the voltage of the brain is good. So no need for stimulation. So the voltage will be low. So the output will be low and the stimulation will be the same, will not change. But if the voltage of the brain is more than 3, so the output voltage will be low and the output voltage of the device will be 0. The brain needs stimulation, but the device doesn't work. So in this case, the red LED will be low and will not be working. For the vibration motor and the red LED will work, and the alarm will also work. But else, anything else than that will not work. Okay, now I want to show you what will happen if the brain is the voltage of the brain is little and it needs stimulation, but the device will not work. So let's see what will happen in this case. So let's focus on the features of the app here. So let's start the simulation first. Now the circuit is normal and it has no problem. So the voltage of the brain is little and needs stimulation. So let me use the pen. So as you can see, the voltage is less of the brain and it needs stimulation. So the device will work and the voltage will increase until the wanted voltage it's reached. So then let's stop simulation first, and let's say if the device will not work properly. So let's cut the input of the circuit. So if we cut this wire, we delete it and start simulation now. Now the brain needs to just now you saw that the brain needs stimulation, but the circuit will get 0 volt. That means it doesn't work. So in this case, the red LED and the alarm, as well as the vibration motor will work, which are the features of the application, and will send a report to the rehabilitation team or to the doctor that there is something wrong. Then now I want to show you the screen, the LCD of our application. Actually, I made this as a comment because the stimulation time will be very slow. Okay, let's continue. Sorry about that, but the simulation time is really slow and the website is lagging. So now this is the code, as we said, for the LCD. Now I have started the simulation. So as you can see here, first we have this will be appeared in the screen of the application. So this one actually, as you can see here, the time simulation is really slow. So that's why it takes time to change. So first it will be it will appear welcome to Deep Brain, which is our device name. Then it will change to menu that has this menu, as you can see from the code. It has three main parts. So for the report, we have the situation of the patient, which is saved, and then we have the chat with the doctor. So it's like a live chat. So the doctor will reply you the patient directly. And then for the app information, there is information about what is this device. I mean the app, and what is the deep brain stimulation, as well as how to chat and how to communicate the rehabilitation team or the doctor. So I think that's all for the circuit implementation and coding. Uh, I hope that you can understand it specific. That's all for me. Thank you.